The Greatest Showman is a musical film and stars Hugh Jackman, and the film is based on the true story about P.T. Barnum and from starting from nothing and creating an extravaganza. And first off, and as you can see, I'm joined by my good friend Shaun, and this will be my final film review of 2017. Don't worry, there's still a bunch of 2017 films I'll be checking out, but those don't come out till next year, so yay for that. But we're here to talk about The Greatest Showman. This film was serviceable. It was enjoyable.
Yeah, I agree with that. It was fun. It set out to be entertaining, and that's exactly what it was. So it accomplished that. And it had really good music, I thought.
Yeah, the film didn't really have to try hard to be like La La Land, because nothing will be like La La Land. But for what this film was, it was just to entertain families and kids and so on and so on. And it does its job fine. But I do admit, the story for me was probably the weakest aspect, because it was cookie cutter, because it's a story you've seen dozens of times. But what really sold this film for me was the music, and I even bought the soundtrack afterward. Pretty much every actor does their job. Hugh Jackman does well, Zac Efron does well, Zendaya does well, Michelle Williams does well. Everyone does their job fine. No one really stands out, which is disappointing. No one actor is the best of all of them. But on the plus side, they're all on a level playing field. They're all as good as each other. So it definitely makes the film stand on its own merits by that standard.
They all do a really good job. And Michelle Williams, I didn't realise she could sing. I think she did a really good job in that way. I think to me though, the standouts were Hugh Jackman, who was born to play a character like this. Zac Efron, I think, was really good. His return from dramatic and comedy to doing musicals for the first time in a long time. I thought he was really good. And Zendaya, I think, has come a long way since her Disney show Shake It Up that she did with Bella Thorne. I think she's come really far, and I'm really impressed with the roles that she's choosing to play and portray great characters, and I think this is definitely one of those performances for her.
When we first see these characters, we're familiar with them because we know these actors are experienced in musical stuff. So we knew they were good at musicals, and they're no different here. They are spectacular.
It all looked really great. Cinematography was really good. There was a bit of digital in there, but I guess there were certain things that you couldn't create physically, so they had to do digitally.
Something that we kind of both thought was a bit was kind of the film was a bit rushed, and the runtime should have been longer. The film tends to go by at a very rapid pace. It doesn't give us time to delve into the story or let us be sucked into it. It kind of goes by in a flash.
Yeah, there's nothing to latch on. It moves so quickly from when he's a kid to when he grows up, and you just can't. You're sort of just watching and you're not getting involved when I think you should be. You should be caring about this person and wanting to follow them on the journey. I just felt it's rushed through that too quickly for you to be able to do that.
Going back to La La Land, that film did the best job of telling a story and having good music as well. The Greatest Showman only does one thing right, and that is the music. The story, like I said, is just standard, nothing special. It's nothing original. But like we said, none of that really matters. It's only if you're having a good time with it, and this film is definitely an enjoyable time.
It has a good message in a way, to accept people who are different and be who you are and follow your dreams. So I think all of that's really, really great.
Something that restricts this film is its PG rating, because there are points in the film where the performers are being harassed by the people, and it could have been more extreme, because all the people really do is harass them, call them freaks, burn down their showground. And that's about it. And I know you can't do anything really violent with a PG rating, but if it was buffed up a little bit, it would have been more impactful. But like I said, the film is very much restricted by its rating, and that does hurt the film in the long term.
It does sort of brush over things that I feel it should spend a bit more time looking at, especially that what Luke was just talking about, and his life too, and there were certain things that just unfolded. But there are other scenes in it that I thought were really effective and very well done, especially the scene between Zac Efron's character and Zendaya, where they're sort of singing and moving around within the sort of the ring of the circus sort of thing. I think that's really, really great. And there's just some powerful messages and stuff in there that they talk about in particular scenes that I found really good as well.
Overall, this was a charming movie, and it doesn't need to be anything else. Yes, it's not the greatest film in the world, but it doesn't need to be. This film has good music, good characters, good performances. It's just, like I said, a very charming movie. But what I can say is the songs in this film are probably the best I've heard, in any musical in recent times.
It's entertaining, and it's just a fun film for the family, I guess, because there's a lot in there. There's some sort of funny moments and dramatic moments and very colourful scenes with great music. And I think as an entertainment film, it's really, really great, especially, where it sort of tells enough of the story for you to understand what it's about, and as we keep saying, the music gives it something else, and special sort of thing. And I think that, you know, if you like something, a musical, but you like something that's fun and entertaining with good values and good morals, I think this is definitely your film.
So me and Shaun have agreed on a score together, and we're going to give The Greatest Showman an 8 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, be sure to like my Facebook page, follow me on Twitter, and subscribe to my channel below. As always, I'm NETX5, and this has been Shaun. Thank you for watching, and Happy New Year.